It's a great top topic. Good morning, Dubai. Happy Friday. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. Our top story today, there's been a major DXB drugs bust.
We'll also be giving you the answers to who will be winning the match on Sunday.
Because we know. What are your top Google search trends of 2022? We're going to talk all about it.
I know Casey's searches.
Concerning.
And we'll also talk about the ADNOC Abu Dhabi Marathon.
And we're going to be joined by a new host of an Unspoken podcast, which is dropping today, and all of the details on that later. But first of all, welcome to the Lovin Dubai show. It has been 3 days of amazing celebrations. The skies have been lit and there have been viral sky all over town with heaps more going down, all to celebrate Damak turning 40. As always, if you see anything unusual that could in fact be part of the celebrations, keep tagging us for the chance to win big, all under the hashtag Dubai Damak 40, the hashtag Damak 40. And of course, this is why we have all of these nice signs.
Wow, it's literally like the city of gold. Hence the city of gold, hence the rendition. City of gold. It's like gold dust.
Yeah, golden city. But Good morning, Simran.
Good morning to you, Casey.
Good morning to you. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, even podcast if you're listening later. Good morning to everyone, especially good morning to the people who realized for the first time, flying from anywhere in the Western world to Doha, Qatar, all of you World Cup fans, what is the purpose of a shataf?
Oh my God, how their lives have been changed. There's no going back from here.
There's no going back. It's going to be a thing now. It's going to happen. The shataf is going to go worldwide.
Finally, about time.
About time. We've said it once, we'll say it again. Shataf supremacy.
The world needs shatafs.
And this isn't just us. There's a story going viral. A tweet.
So, a football fan who flew to Qatar for the World Cup, he realized the importance of this shataf, this thing that you find in the washrooms that helps you, just level up your hygiene. So he tweeted, been using the toilet bum shower thing in Qatar for a month and I am absolutely horrified. We only use toilet paper in the UK or Europe and this is the best thing ever. And
what did he call it?
The bum shower thing.
Because it would be so new to you.
Yeah.
I don't remember my first time ever being exposed to a shataf, but you're thinking it's like, what is this for? This is new. Because
is it a face wash? Or is it for the washing the bathroom?
Is it to clean the area? No, it's to clean your area.
You would think it's to clean the toilet ring.
Maybe it's because we always talk about how famously clean the toilets are in this place.
Yeah.
Airport toilets, so maybe it's that, but no, it's for you. It's for you. And the thing about going to the bathroom is a very traditional thing, right?
Yeah.
Nothing really changes around the world. Apart from in Japan, they've got all these buttons and stuff, but everything is pretty much the same. Except for the shataf.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's like how do people live their lives without using the shataf? Like when I went to the US for a good month, or the UK, it's I just didn't know how to live.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Now they know.
Now they know.
Thank you, World Cup. Not only did you show us that football unites the world, and you gave us incredible moments from start to finish, you introduced the world to the
The shut-offs.
I think we're done on that.
So, a question. You know, people ask Santa for like weird things, right? Do you think anyone in the Europe has asked Santa for a shut-off? Do you think Santa knows what's a shut-off? Isn't he European, traditionally?
Oh my days. But he's been all over the world.
Right.
That is a good question. Santa?
Santa, if you're there, no, you are listening, you are there.
He's busy though.
You're busy. That's why we never see him.
I reckon he goes down the chimney. And then he's like, yes, I'm in the Middle East. I can use the shaitan.
He probably waits till he's here to use the washroom. Yeah.
Exactly. He's busy all night. He's like, I'm going to have my milk and cookies.
All of this
in
side
Brazil.
Yes.
I'm going to have my Christmas cake in Ireland, in Fridge, because my mum makes the best Christmas cake, so he's going to save that.
God.
And then he comes here for the shaitan.
You're right. He's comfortable.
Let's jump into our top story. We're talking about a major drug bust, 37 kgs of marijuana seized by Dubai Customs. So people who know the UAE know that this piece of news is shocking, but it's also not so shocking. The tolerance for illegal drugs, we have a massive tolerance. And dealing is zero tolerance. Let me rephrase that. Zero negotiations, and yet people try. So a passenger attempted to smuggle 36 kg of marijuana while traveling through DXB.
Yeah, so a passenger at Dubai International Airport was caught trying to smuggle 36.7 kgs of marijuana that was divided into two suitcases weighing 16.8 kgs and 36.7 kgs. The inspection officers and their suspicions and manually, so they had suspicions and then they manually searched the bags in the presence of the passenger, where they found black plastic bags that contained foodstuff and the well-hidden marijuana.
You can see the photos if you're watching the full show beside us. The report added that smugglers sometimes try to use strange tricks, such as hiding prohibited items in foodstuff. They especially hide it in food with strong smells. So, for example, spices and dried fish, and they even do body packing to try and bring these drugs in. So, inspectors at the customs have been doing intensive training, workshops and courses to hone their skills in body language and methods of revealing the various concealment and camouflage, which is so interesting. These workshops are regularly updated to keep up to date with the latest trends in the field. So modern technologies, devices and equipment aid the process to catch these drug smugglers. And as we said at the beginning of the story, there is a zero tolerance policy to drugs in the UAE, and the man has been handed over to the relevant authorities.
Exactly. Well done to the Dubai police. They have cracked it yet again. Leave it to them. But you guys, the finals is happening on Sunday. It's going to be Argentina versus France. And Casey is all rooting for France, if I'm not wrong.
I have them in the sweepstakes. So I'm rooting for France.
So close. Right now it's between Natasha and it's between Casey.
No, this is our office sweepstakes. No one's going to pay me. I know for a fact.
Of course they will.
You definitely won't, because I would pay yours.
Yeah,
no one's going to pay me. But who's going to win? You could either wait till Sunday to watch the match at 7 p.m. all across Dubai in the amazing fan zones. If you haven't had the chance, get down there. We'll be down at ISD. But who's down at ISD today doing her predictions is, of course, Debbie the dog. So let's see who she thinks is going to win the World. There she goes. Okay, Debbie is against me now. She thinks Argentina's going to win. She's going for the Messi. She's going for the historic win. I think she's got a strong sense of what the people here want. I feel like it's a community that's going for Argentina.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Argentina supporters in this room.
That's a messy one.
It's a messy choice. But we're for it, Debbie. I don't... The sweepstakes...
I don't care. I'm just like, at this point, I'm just there for like the reactions, like the content.
Are you going to watch it?
I was thinking no, but my dad is like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? Go watch it. And I'm like, Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think like just join the 1 something billion people in the world and just watch it.
You just want to be a part of something, right?
It's been such a big moment for the region, and then the story the whole way through has been so incredible to follow.
Yeah.
And this is the final moment. There's going to be, obviously celebrations before. They've got some big performers coming in. If you want like on up to the minute coverage of what's going on, do check out our sister website, Lovin Doha, because we have a team on the ground there covering the World Cup from start to finish. It's a lot of fun. And if you're still not really sure what the FIFA World Cup is, you may be part of the many people who contributed to the Google search trends of 2022, where in fact FIFA was a top place Google search trend. So we're jumping into our next story of what were the top Google search trends of 2022. But before we get into all of that, what do you think they were? What were your search results for 2022? Should we do a little history check? So maybe you do my history and I do yours?
No chance. No chance.
Why?
No chance. I'm not. And my history is like, what does this word mean? What does this word mean? No!
Let me just see your history.
No.
It's a work laptop.
This is the only one I'm going to show you.
Cheese charcuterie board.
Because I didn't know what the middle word was. And I'm like, I can't remember that word.
Hard word to spell, so well done for getting that up there.
Charcuterie? No. I just typed in cheese board and then charcuterie and then I clicked on it.
But how funny are your search terms? Like, I wonder if I check. I reckon my phone is more insightful than my
Laptop?
Yeah. I closed it because my battery's low.
It's a work laptop, Casey. Hand it over.
So before the show, I said to everybody searching right now, and she said,
how to get over your ex.
How to find out if someone's been stalking you online.
Oh. What else have I been searching? How to pretend to remember someone's name.
How to figure out how much petrol is going to cost next month and how to budget for that.
How to predict petrol prices. Why can you hear the ball when it's being kicked around in the FIFA World Cup matches?
How to save a cat from a tree and win some money.
Have you actually Googled that? Put the cat there yourself. Call the media. What else have I been searching? How to get your colleagues to love you.
How to get a raise.
You've been Googling. And what were the results?
Ask for it.
Work for it?
Maybe ask for it because we're all working.
Don't be always, I think everyone, like anytime a CEO raise, it's like he goes down an aisle of like raise whispers.
I don't think people, I think the difference is some people do ask and some people don't, and if you ask, you're more likely to get. Anyway, that's what we've been searching, but what have been the biggest news stories of the year? What have been the search terms grabbing your attention? According to Google Trends, the FIFA World Cup has been the biggest passion and interest for UE peeps, and we're not surprised in comparison with the top global word search. So the top trending word that everyone was searching the most is Wordle.
Wordle?
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about this. Is it a game?
You didn't play Wordle this year?
Yes, you were the one who brought this to my life.
Everyone played Wordle. Well, it's the top Google search trend of 2022 worldwide. Wordle.
Yeah.
It was it's a game, a word game, and you have 6 guesses to guess what the six-letter word is. Bought by the New York Times, so now you use it on their app. But it was massive, and for a brief moment in time, everyone was sharing it on their stories, and everyone was like, "Wow, I'm never going to get bored of this game."
Yeah.
3 months later, I don't know if people are still wordling.
I remember you being completely obsessed with this game.
For a brief moment in time, and you send your score to everyone else. It was so quick, and you play it once a day, and you could only play it once a day. I feel like it's died out. Correct me if I'm wrong. For me, I don't play it anymore.
But that was the most Googled word of 2022. Like, are you serious, Wordle?
It just shows we're flip-floppers. We like it, we get bored. We like it, we get bored.
Yeah. I think that's the most Googled word. Mine would be like dry shampoo.
Dry shampoo is, for those people who don't know, I don't know how we lived without it. It's a lifesaver. But no, that was not one of the Google words. Any other guesses?
World Cup.
Yeah, FIFA World Cup was top UAE. The top global searches: India versus England, Ukraine, Queen Elizabeth, India versus South Africa. And then the top UAE searches: FIFA World Cup, Wordle, Expo, Ministry of Community Development, Russian-Ukraine news, monkeypox. Because remember that dropped, and we were thinking, is it going to be COVID 2.0? It was not, thankfully.
Oh, yeah.
Emirates draw, Nafis, earthquake today, and Jitex. Well done, Jitex.
I'm calling Expo. Did you say Expo?
What do you mean you're calling it?
I'm sure the UAE people Googled Expo as one of the top
Yeah, I
searches.
just told you the top 10. It was number 3.
No, you didn't say that.
I did.
Okay.
I've got proof.
Oh, you know what? I was Googling a lot because I just could not understand the meaning of it for the longest time. Like, I could not absorb the meaning. Gaslighting.
Ah, and that was the top phrase by a dictionary.
Yeah, I think Oxford Dictionary. But yeah, this year it's like I learned that word for sure. Gas and snowflake.
What's a snowflake?
What's a snowflake? Google it.
A snowflake would be, that's not, I don't think a snowflake is a very woke word. Because a snowflake is being like someone who is not very hardy.
No, someone who can't take a joke. Someone like if you can make jokes on others, but you can't take a joke on yourself, you're a snowflake.
Are you a snowflake?
I'm not a snowflake. I can take jokes on me that are made like every other day.
I'm a snowflake, I reckon. I dish it out, but I can't take it back.
Yeah, you're a snowflake.
Let's jump into the next story.
So, ADNOC Abu Dhabi Marathon is happening tomorrow. So, take a tour of Abu Dhabi in the new ADNOC Abu Dhabi Marathon race route taking place tomorrow. And this year's ADNOC is gone all out with the races. And we are proud to say that Lovin Abu Dhabi are media partners for the event. And the new route starts off at ADNOC HQ, where it waves up past the Crown Prince Court and Al Bateen Palace to the iconic Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque before turning back past Zayed Sports City and the World Trade Center and Qasr Al Hassan before finally returning via the Corniche to the ADNOC HQ campus.
And just so you leave the run with something to remember, all participants will receive a unique night running shirt and medal. And by the way, those shirts and medals that you get, it's such a swag. And you show people that you took part in something that's so focused. We love it, as well as photos to commemorate their achievements. This is your last call to get hands on tickets. So visit adnocabudabimarathon.com. That's adnocabudabimarathon.com to get tickets if you want to take part. If you've been training, good on you. We can't wait. We love a marathon. It's great to see so many people who've been in training all year. It's something so important. Get those health and fitness rolls up. Get out. Get running. Get jogging. Get into the swing of it. We love this marathon fun.
We love marathons.
We love marathons. We're not going to be down there, but Rich is going to be down there. So if you want to see stories, check out Lovin in the morning. Also, potentially someone Lovin Dubai as well. And it's the time of the year for early morning fun, fresh, breezy activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the wind and then the
sunrise.
The sunrise. So and you know what they say? What? You know it.
Tell me.
The early bird catches the worm.
Sure.
So, catch the worm.
Catch the worm. Get down to the ADNOC Abu Dhabi Marathon. Share your pics with us so we can reshare them with them. Guys, do stay tuned. There is a new podcast being dropped today. It's called Unspoken. Our aim is to normalize taboo topics. And we're going to have one of the hosts, Sabine Sassine, with us right after this. back to Lovin Dubai show. The day has finally come. A new podcast, Unspoken, airs today on all major podcast apps. A podcast tackling taboo and unconventional topics in the region where nothing is off limits. Today we're joined by Sabine Sassine, half of the dynamic duo hosting the Unspoken podcast. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, ladies. It's my second time on the Lovin show. The studio is obviously much bigger, much nicer, and you girls are doing amazing.
Thank you. Well, first, congratulations on the podcast.
Thank you.
We're very excited to talk about that today.
So yeah, second having you. Clearly, we're obsessed. But do tell us about yourself before we start.
First time because I was a cat woman, so probably no one recognized me back then, and she was Ketchup, right?
I think I was Ketchup. That was a Halloween show, like how many years ago?
2019.
Okay.
That was pre-COVID when things were good.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a TV presenter and a podcaster. I did a podcast before and it was a sports podcast because most of the things I present on TV are sports related. And I actually got a taste of it and I enjoyed it. And I think podcasting is actually interesting because you get people to open up differently when it's audio only. For some reason, they feel much more comfortable. No one's watching. They're not conscious about the way they look or whoever's watching them. They feel like, just talking to themselves out loud or to someone without anyone else listening. So I enjoy the idea of podcasting in general because I listen to podcasts. And then I was with Fuad, who's also a colleague and a friend. And we were having this conversation. And that was more than a year ago, that's for sure. It's a long time ago. And we were talking about those different topics that we usually discuss among friends. And since we both work in the media industry, we never get to discuss them on mainstream media. Or if we do it in a very, I would say, conservative manner. You can't just say things bluntly. You can't ask any questions because television in the region, whether we like it or not, it's not as... how to explain it? There are so many do's and don'ts. So we decided to do this podcast to be able to discuss these things freely. And they are part of our life. And there are topics that you can suffer from, me, anyone. And it's nice to discuss them with a third personality because our guests are selected based on the topic. And so we decided to create this Unspoken podcast that we've been for the past month with the team, also here at Augustus. And we're finally launching today.
It's so great to chat to you because I've heard kind of like whisperings about what Unspoken is going to be about. So to get it from you is great. But you said that in mainstream media, you can't touch on some controversial topics, but you guys are doing it. So are you nervous about broaching some topics?
No, I'm not nervous. I think with the experience I have already in media, I know how to approach topics, I know how to approach them without getting backlash that someone who's not experienced can get, what words to use. But at the same time, it's interesting to approach these topics because if I tell you some of those topics for you, they might be, come on, it's not even a taboo. We speak about them all the time. But in this part of the world, we either ignore them or we speak about them briefly in a shallow way, or they're non-existent at all. So, no, I wouldn't say I'm nervous.
What kind of topics are we talking about here?
So, we're talking about different stuff, like I would say man's mental health. It's a topic that no one discusses in the region because men always appear strong and confident and everything's good, everything's perfect, even if they're, in some cases, probably suicidal. So that's one of the topics. And we're discussing it with, I don't want to reveal the guest, but it's a guest who wouldn't, in general, show this. He is someone who would show always, the positive attitude, the strong masculine attitude. We're discussing anxiety in our first episode, and that's going to be revealed today. We're discussing the new beauty standards, for instance, and what we call today the Snapchat syndrome or dysmorphia, and how people are obsessed with changing their looks because filters whether we like it or not, are affecting our psychology. So there are so many topics out there that are part of our life, and hey, we're just discussing them, me and Fuad and our third guest.
So what would you say is the difference? You said like we choose the topics and then we choose the guests. Why don't you do it the other way around?
We do it sometimes the other way around.
Like you
sometimes we find a personality that's interesting enough, and then we say, if we have her or him as guest, what would be an interesting topic to discuss, and then we build the episode. So it's either way.
But do you feel like you'll ever run out of topics?
For now, no. We just started, I guess.
What have you had any kind of special learning? How many episodes have you created so far?
We've created 4 or 5 episodes, but I mean, we have many lined up, but we didn't want to record many episodes and then watch them and then say we needed to change this or that. So it was good to record these and then not watch them, listen to them and then see what we tweak for later episodes.
And has there been any throughout maybe 4 or 5 guests that you've had? Have you had any kind of special learnings or kind of like an aha moment that you were like, that's really special and that's really going to touch the audience?
Yes, absolutely. Many. I mean, it's nice when I think for any person who's doing an interview, the most important thing is having this person in front of you opening up and saying things that you didn't expect them to say or you're not used to them saying them. So yeah, I think that's our aha moment. We'll have some of them with Fuzaza today. So so our guest for today is Fuzaza.
What a big show guest to start with, and that's broaching anxiety.
Yes,
wow.
And it's anxiety. So Fuzaza is she's a Dubai-based blogger. Everyone knows her, I guess. And she's such an interesting personality because she's outspoken, she's opinionated, she has something to say about any topic. And anxiety is something that she spoke about so many times on her social media. So we wanted to discuss this topic with her because she would openly tell you about how she suffers from anxiety. Now, who doesn't suffer from anxiety? Even kids who are 4 and 5 suffer from anxiety, but we don't label them. And it's nice to hear from her because she would open up and she would tell you how it affected her life and what's triggering her anxiety on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's amazing to know because a lot of people are anxious from time to time, but don't know what's triggering this anxiety or don't know what is it called exactly. So yeah, Fuzaza, I think her episode is really nice because she was as genuine as she is normally. And tune in this afternoon to listen to what she had to say.
That's exciting. But why are you choosing to go live and like take everything now? Was it planned? Like, okay, we're going to have it slated for this date, for this month, this year, or why now, basically?
Why now? We were supposed to start much earlier, trust me. We were supposed to start during summer. And then we decided that summer isn't the right time. So let's wait until after summer. And it was supposed to be a digital show. And then Fuad had to move to Australia because, he got an offer in Australia and had to move to Australia. And then we were like, okay, we recorded some episodes. It's been a long time we're working on this. What are we going to do? And then we decided to shift it to an audio only and then, proceed.
So, obviously, you're going to talk about taboo topics and it's going to go live and you have big personalities talking about these really important stuff which is amazing. But are you preempting any negative backlash?
I mean, you can always expect any negative backlash, but let's see how it goes first. I mean, we're testing it today and we hope we get feedback, whether it's positive or negative. I mean, we welcome both as long as it's constructive feedback and it's not bullying. Because bullying is one of the topics, by the way. The bullying we see on social, bullying celebrities get, the bullying in general. I mean, it's one of the topics that we're discussing also on our show. So as long as it's constructive, whether positive or negative, we welcome that.
We're all about the positive feedback.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, who's that?
Well, we do have a special message from Fuad coming. So this is, by the way, from Fuad, who is the co-host of Unspoken. And I want to hear what he says. So he's in Australia?
He is. He's in Sydney. Moved, I would say, a month ago. So
he has a very special message for you. Are you going to play it now?
Hey guys, hey Sabine, I miss you so much. Such an overwhelming day for me, and I'm sure it is for you as well. This little craft of ours that we've been working on for so long is finally coming into shape. I hope every single person tuning in to Lovin today gets to feel the amount of energy, love, and passion that Sabine and I have put into this little project. We've been working on it for so long, over 12 months, and we've literally put our heart and our soul into it. We want to be different. We want to do something that hasn't been done before, and we hope you guys can sort of sense that through every single episode and all the array of celebrities and guests that we will be hosting on this podcast starting off tonight at 4 p.m. I can't say much more than that. I just hope you enjoy it as much as we did. Make sure you tune in. Love you guys.
Oh, you can't hear it? No.
So super sweet. Depending where you were watching that, we only picked up the audio on some feeds. So if you want to watch Fuad's message later, we're going to pop it into an article so you can see it again, because I think some of the audio channels pick that up and others. I know Instagram, you're always behind the scenes. You need to join the other shows. But Fuad, thank you so much for that. It's just a shame you cannot be here for the big reveal, which is today of the Unspoken podcast. Before you leave us, more guests on the show. You've mentioned Fazaza. Are you going to drop us any more insights?
No more. So let's start with Fazaza.
No more. That's all we get.
One thing you need to know is that our guests aren't only from social media personalities. So you might have another guest who's a doctor, another one who's an actor, another one who's a presenter. So our guests come from different fields, depending on the subject. And we're starting with Fazaza. So tune in this afternoon on any podcast platform, whether it's Anghami, whether it's Apple, Spotify, what else?
Oh, wherever you get your podcast. Isn't that what the podcast people say? Wherever you listen to podcasts, you'll find Unspoken.
No, but even if you don't listen to podcasts and you want to tune in, search for Unspoken.
I think it's great. We're obviously talkers, and having conversations about anything, it doesn't matter what the topic is, it makes it easier. So if you're feeling anxious about anything, anxiety or a specific topic, having a conversation makes it better. And what you guys are doing is great because you're normalizing topics that aren't normalized in the region. So massive congratulations and good luck. It drops today.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Guys,
thank you, my pleasure.
That is all we have time for. And we'll see you on Monday morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.